Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to wherever you are in the world and whenever you are getting to this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, become a member, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, man. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. But more importantly, you need to hold your horses and not take it to the stupid. So what's going on with Alexander Usyk? Him and Terence Crawford. I'm going to talk about a lot. But what's going on with Crawford and Usyk? That's my question. I need somebody to help me out with that. You know what I'm saying? I got a run planned in the next hour and a half. I'm going to go run and exercise. But I decided I would talk about this. Now, Crawford's 3-time undisputed. Crawford has done the business. But why do they keep stripping Usyk? The man became undisputed. Fought Tyson Fury, became undisputed. Fought him in a rematch. Then they stripped him, gave the IBF belt to Dubois. Just for Usyk to come back and fight Dubois and become 2-time undisputed. Now he's been stripped of his WBO. Went to Fabio Wardley. And now Usyk is out here in Thailand talking about, basically he's not going to be without the WBO belt for long, which suggests Usyk is going to go and fight somebody sooner than later and probably become a 3-time undisputed champion. The secret society got something going on here. Usyk and Crawford in competition. What's this? So what are we going to see here with Crawford and Usyk? Somebody trying to become 3-time, then 4-time, then 5-time, then 6-time. How about this? That's one too many times. So somebody needs to hold their horses and stop taking it to the stupid by taking it to the undisputed. That's too much goddamn undisputed, man. And I can look and see right through it, man. You ain't earning that shit. Now, Terence Crawford, he earned his undisputeds, man. But this shit with just taking the belt and fight back for the belt, that's get out of here. Y'all can't look and see that there's something more going on. Ridiculous. Now, don't get me wrong. Usyk probably could lose all those belts and collect them back. Usyk is a special fighter, but this shit they doing is ridiculous, man. So anyway, man, let's just jump into it because my whole thing with Usyk is not for long. That's when we need to start calling him Alexander not for long Usyk. But you take something from him, he's going to go get it back. And losing that WBO heavyweight title is already a storyline with a whole lot of layers, which I just covered some of them for you. Fans know Usyk isn't new to getting stripped or losing belts outside the ring. The man wins inside the ring. One thing for sure, Alexander Usyk is not putting duck sauce on the fried rice. That man wins inside the ring. He does the business. Sanctioning bodies, they do what they do and take care of the rest. But I still got to put a hairy eyeball on this Usyk situation. Like, it just does not make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I just got to be honest with you. But we've seen this before, man. Usyk won the undisputed. He did the business with Tyson Fury. Then he got stripped by the IBF. Dubois, who I thought was going to beat Usyk because Dubois was looking like a beast. I thought he would have made the fight ugly and dirty. But Dubois, took it to the stupid and foolishly tried to outbox Usyk. Hey, yo, Dubois, hold your horses. And let's not take it to the stupid. What the hell was he thinking about? Trying to outbox Usyk? Tell you what, we all know Dubois got a little bit of Sesame Street in him. The man went straight snuffleupagus up in the goddamn ring, man. And anyway, Usyk came right back, did what he did to Dubois, became a 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion. Had me sitting here like, was that shit staged? Was that shit planned? But I left it alone, but now they're talking about took his WBO title, he may become a 3-time. I'm like, okay, enough is enough, you know what I'm saying? What George Bush say, fool me once, you can't fool me again. Fool me twice. Well, if you fool me, you can't fool me again. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about, right? But that's kind of how boxing fans are right now. We don't know what we're talking about because we're looking and it's not making sense how Dubois keeps getting stripped. Usyk keeps getting stripped. But one thing we do know, It's all politics. Politics. WBO, they can be cockleholes when they want to. They like to play that political game. This creates a new narrative. Is boxing setting Usyk up, and maybe even Crawford, to become, for Usyk a 3-time, and then he and Crawford 4-time, maybe even 5, 6-time, champions. I know that shit sounds crazy until you realize how the sanctioning bodies operate. They love turnover because turnover equals cha-ching ching, Wu-Tang cream, sanctioning fees. They love recognizable champions regaining belts, keeps the division hot. And they know Usyk is a guaranteed headliner who brings credibility every time he's involved in a title fight. So the secret society of boxing politics absolutely benefits from stripping belts, which is what they did to Usyk, crowning a new champion, is what they did with Dubois and Fabio Wardley, and making Usyk fight them again, which is what it sounds like is in the pipeline. So all you do is repeat the cycle. Every time Usyk regains a title, it adds to the legend. It builds a storyline. It builds a money trail. It builds leverage for future events. From a promotional standpoint, Usyk losing belts outside the ring is part of why he's becoming one of the biggest heavyweight icons of this era. And it is what it is now. I'm going to sit here and tell you, when it comes to Alexander Usyk, man, I don't see nobody beating him. You know what I'm saying? Only thing going to beat Usyk is Father Time. There's one guy who's floating around out there. I'm going to talk about him next. There's a guy named Agit Kabayel. Sometimes you just see a fighter, right? And they just possess something. You can see like there's something there, but they're just going to find a way to win. And when you get two guys like that, you get something special. You think about Usyk and who he fought since he turned heavyweight. There was really no one who I think anyone had really watched to say, this person has something special. He turned heavyweight, had his first fight. I'm not even pulling up BoxRec, but he had the guy's last name wasn't Witherspoon. Maybe it was. Anyway, I can't remember. But he fought the first guy, did the business, fought Shakir. That was a tough fight because Shakir is just awkward and just real gritty and durable. But when he got in there with AJ, a lot of us were like, okay, figured AJ would be able to do the business, But you knew Usyk was special, but you weren't sure how special. Yeah, Usyk goes on to fight AJ twice and just makes him look crazy. Oh, he fought Tony Bellew too, and did the business against Bellew. But then after that, he goes on. I'll just fast forward to the Tyson Fury fights. I picked Usyk to win that first fight. I said, Usyk's going to beat him. Fury's never faced anything like this guy. And Usyk beat him. But when you see Usyk beating these guys, right? We knew Tyson Fury had been through a lot. We knew AJ had got, the confidence beaten out of him by Andy Ruiz. Tyson Fury and Wilder took a pound of flesh out of each other. Usyk and Dubois. I thought Dubois was going to make it ugly. He didn't. He fought the wrong fight, and what happened to him happened to him. But this Agit Kabayel guy, I would go with Usyk to get the win, I'm telling you. But I'm just telling you, Kabayel's not damaged. Kabayel doesn't have confidence issues. Kabayel didn't have a pound of flesh beaten out of him. Kabayel will destroy you to the body and upstairs. Kabayel's a big heavyweight. He's durable, fast hands, can throw a lot of punches. Doesn't mean he beats Usyk. It just, for me, tells me that is going to be a good fight. But anyway, Kabayel has to get a couple wins. I think he has to get 2 more wins. I think he got a fight in Germany. If he beats that guy, then he'll probably be fighting Lawrence Okolie. Now, Lawrence Okolie versus Agit Kabayel, that really is going to be an interesting fight. But I just think Kabayel will blow through Okolie. So it's like, who really wins that fight? You know what I'm saying? I just think the fight is straightforward stylistically. Most fans who know boxing, because some of them don't know shit about boxing, Roger Mayweather. They think Okolie won't last 4 rounds. And I'm going to tell you, they're right. But the other ones who think Okolie's going to get in and beat Kabayel, hey, take it easy, Mick Nicholas. No way. Okolie clinches excessively when he's trying that shit. Trying to clinch. What's his name? Kabayel just going to bang up his body and come upstairs, and Kabayel will headbutt you. Kabayel fights dirty too. I forgot to add that. Kabayel will do whatever he has to do to win. I think Okolie gets broken down and folded like a bedsheet. Okolie has a long reach, but he lacks the inside discipline where he'll get destroyed by Kabayel. Okolie is tall and long, look like a big upside-down slingshot. He panics under pressure. Soon as he gets hit with the goddamn Kabayel bing bing, Okolie gonna be assholes and elbows hauling ass around the ring. He's had some of the ugliest fights in recent memory, clinch, hold, trip over the opponent. They both come crashing to the canvas. I mean, just ridiculous, like two big damn drunk giraffes running around in the savannah and shit. And Kabayel's relentless with volume, body punching, and forward momentum. The bottom line here, people, Agit Kabayel is a machine. That guy, if you don't know who he is, then you ain't following boxing. You've been sleeping underneath a rock. I'm going to tell you, come from underneath the rock, splash some water in your face, and then go out there and watch Agit Kabayel when he fought Makhmudov, when he fought Frank Sanchez, when he fought Zhilei Zhang. Don't watch nothing else. Just watch those. And you come back and tell me what you think. The fights aren't very long. Go watch that. Kabayel attacks the torso early, and he's able to sustain the attack. He breaks fighters down with suffocating pressure, finishes upstairs when opponents slow down. And that kind of sounds like the Canelo strategy. Canelo's a guy, come in there, bing, bing to the body, break you down. Now you're tired. All of a sudden your legs go. Your legs go. Then Canelo just starts to beat you upstairs in your arms. All of a sudden your arms come down. Then he's got you wide open. Boom, boom. Uppercut, hook. Clean your clock. You out of there. Canelo has a system when he gets in that ring, and he's been pretty damn successful. Kabayel has a similar system. Attack that torso early, break you down with suffocating pressure, finish upstairs when you slow down, and you just look at how he did those guys I talked about, Makhmudov, Frank Sanchez, even Zhilei Zhang, the big, strong Chinaman. Zhilei Zhang will destroy you in the ring. He even dropped Kabayel. Kabayel shook that shit off. He said, what was that? Oh, okay, Zhang, you want to play like that? Got back on his feet, bing, 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 stopped him with body shots. Zhilei Zhang like goddamn King Kong. Like, no kidding. Y'all see the size of Zhang's hands and his big ass head? Shit, he got broke down. Bing, binged in there by Kabayel, man. Anyway, I just think, he destroyed these guys, and people really saw Frank Sanchez and Zhilei Zhang. They were starting to look like they were untouchable. To see Kabayel do what he did, it's absolutely crazy. So how Kabayel wins the fight? I think 1 through 3, he closes the distance, jabs to the chest, heavy hooks to the body. Okolie starts clinching, legs fade. He turns into that big, tall, drunk giraffe looking crazy on the savannah. And Kabayel lands clean. The referee going to either step in to catch that big, tall, drunk giraffe, or Okolie just going to fold and fall over, chest to canvas, ass in the air. Like at a Puff Daddy party. Anyway, Kabayel TKO. Body work sets the table, headshots, finish dinner. Okolie can go his ass back out to the savannah and drink whatever he's drinking out there, man, and look crazy because he is not beating no damn Kabayel. And I like Okolie. Okolie can fight, don't get me wrong. Should have stayed his ass down at cruiserweight. He just looks big and out of shape as a heavyweight, and he's just chasing money. I hope he's getting paid good money because after this fight, his ass may not fight again because he's going to get destroyed. Now, Katie Taylor, the Claressa Shields, the Baumgartners, the Shadesha Greens, my girl Hannah Gabriels, man, the McKellar Mayers, and all these female fighters out there, the Serranos, the Cyborgs, the Holly Holm, the Ariana Lipset, Natasha Jones, Jessica McCaskill, Caroline Dubois, all these females out there. But who's the grittiest woman in boxing is the question. Yeah, I asked the question. Who is it? Because we know who's the loudest. Pat, 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 pat. Claressa Shields is the loudest, most outspoken, and biggest self-promoting women's boxing who annoys everybody. Now, that doesn't mean that she embodies grit, composure, and skill like Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor! Claressa Shields can't touch no damn Katie Taylor when it comes to grit. Now, you may say, well, easy, hood champion, man. We know you don't care for Claressa Shields because she disrespected Layla Ali and Muhammad Ali. Hey, yo, Mick Nicholas, hold your horses and don't take it to the stupid. It's not that I dislike Claressa Shields. She just needs to come out and make an apology. She brought a lot of attention on herself. So she needs to bask in the light, in the limelight, because I'm here talking about Claressa Shields, and I'm going to keep talking about her because she's giving us shit to talk about. But right now, I'm not talking about Katie Taylor being the grittiest because of my frustration with Claressa Shields. By the way, I think she's a great fighter, but I just don't think she showed that she has the grit like a Katie Taylor, man. You got to understand, Katie Taylor fought better opposition across more consistent years. Those wars with Amanda Serrano was something amazing. Something amazing. They fought 3 times. Claressa Shields needs to fight somebody who can bring the best out of her and, have possibly a trilogy. But she's not going to do that because she's going to talk shit. Matter of fact, it's two fighters right now. Hannah Gabriels and Shadesha Green. But Michaela Mayer is someone like she may fight her because she spoke highly of Michaela Mayer and said that, that would be a good fight. But that's what we want to see. Getting there with somebody that the fans are going to be like, damn, we don't know. People want to see you get tested. They don't want to see you come in there and get easy fights. And be like, yo, we don't want dominance, we want drama. It's like, what's his name? Jerome Boots Ennis. Everyone knows Jerome Boots Ennis gets busy. Claressa Shields gets busy. We know that. But with Jerome, it's like, yo, we tired of the dominance with Claressa. We know she can fight. But that dominance got people looking at her opponent's records and saying, when she got some heat from Hannah Gabriels, she doesn't want to give her credit. She only wants to try to disrespect her. Then when you got the women out here, looks like who could give her some heat? She want to talk about weight divisions and weight classes, or they need to get their profile up or do this or that. The bottom line is, Claressa Shields, in my opinion, because some are going to disagree, in order for her to be talked about in the same conversation with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, she needs somebody who's going to bring the best out of her. But I just don't know if that's going to happen. But for Katie Taylor, she's taking on all comers. Even as she ages, that's the other thing to understand. Katie Taylor ain't no spring chicken. She probably got a little carpal tunnel and shit developing in them hands. But she's still out here scrapping. She's been dropped, shaken, outsped, but always found a way to survive and win. And that's where that grittiness comes from. That's why people look at her and say, she is probably the grittiest fighter today. If it's not her, it's got to be Amanda Serrano. But ain't nobody throwing Claressa Shields' name in that shit. She performs through pain, adversity, and fatigue without complaint. Katie Taylor is the quiet killer. She doesn't talk, she fights. And that is what it's all about. Simple, polite, respectful. Everything that you want in a superstar. Not all big and loud and quack, quack, quack. Nobody want to hear that shit. Get out of here. Nobody want the noise. You know what I'm saying? They want someone like Katie Taylor. And she will chirp up on you, though. Push Katie Taylor's button. See if she won't chirp up on you. Bother her. She'll talk shit back. That just ain't really her style. But with Amanda Serrano was saying stuff, Katie Taylor was chirping up. I was like, uh-oh. Okay, here we go. We may get the fight before the fight. Katie Taylor ain't no punk. But she represents everything fans respect about boxing. She's not the loudest, but she's proven that she's the toughest, man. And you got to put some respect on her name. They need more women like Katie Taylor in boxing. Get in the ring, whip ass, or if not, they could be getting their ass whipped, but figure things out and make those adjustments to come back and get the upper hand in the fight. That is Katie Taylor. So 2 women that I think are the grittiest. I got to put respect on Katie Taylor's name and Amanda Serrano. Shadesha Green is showing that too, but we're going to see what direction Shadesha Green continues to grow because she showed me a lot. in that Savannah Marshall fight. And then my girl, Hannah Gabriels, let's see if she can get back. But what happened to her, man, it gets me really upset just knowing how the system did her and people knowing that she was cleared of any wrongdoing and then still be out here saying negative stuff about her and lying. That shit is wrong, man. That shit is wrong. But anyway, yo, man, Katie Taylor, right now she wearing the crown. Will she continue fighting? I don't know. Glad to see she started to get paid the money she deserved, her and Amanda Serrano. And they should be thanking themselves for that. Thanking Jake Paul for that. Thanking Eddie Hearn for that. Not Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields ain't do shit for women getting paid big money. Get out of here. She always trying to take credit for shit she ain't do. She ain't have a goddamn thing to do with Katie Taylor and them making that money. You know what? It had something to do with it? Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano putting their blood, sweat, and tears into their fights, into their previous fights too. That's what it is. Fighting on Netflix got the imaginations of the fans, seeing two women get in there and get busy like that, and to be respectful to each other. Claressa Shields can learn a lot from those ladies. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of learning a lot from somebody, Manny Pacquiao Jr. can learn a whole lot from his dad. Yo, respect to Manny Pacquiao Jr., man. He has a limited ceiling, though. I ain't gonna lie. You know, you gotta respect the man. Stepping in the ring with someone, 99% of critics will never do it. You know what I mean? As a pro. I never fought pro, but I have sparred. I have had amateur fights. I have trained. I've cut weight. I understand that shit. I've done it. You know what I'm saying? I've done it. Anyone who's done it deserves respect because most of these cats won't even go spar, man. You know how much courage it takes to put on some boxing gloves and go spar? Most of these cats will be out here talking shit. They would never do it. They're so worried about getting hit or getting embarrassed. So I don't respect cats like that at all. You know, if you're going to talk some shit, at least been there and done that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you've only done it once, at least do it. Even if you never fought an amateur fight, just go out here and fucking go spar. There's a lot of cats who've never done any of that. They just like going to the gym and working and sparring. But if you've never done that, you don't know what it's like to be in there. You got to just stop being so quick to ridicule and criticize people because your scary ass won't do it. But Manny Pacquiao Jr. deserves all the respect. But let's be realistic, right? Let's not take it to the stupid. My boy lacks the explosiveness of his father. He doesn't have the elite instincts. His power hasn't shown up. His timing isn't sharp. He's hittable. He's predictable. He kind of remind me, and I got to compare him to Marcellus Wilder, Deontay Wilder's brother, man. I think that's an accurate comparison. Big last name, small pro ceiling. You know what I mean? And that's not a diss to anybody. That's just how I see it in my opinion. If you disagree, well, I mean, hey, you do. All right, take it easy, Mick Nicholas. You know what I'm saying? Don't come out here trying to shoot the sheriff because I got an opinion. But the truth is, when it comes to Manny Pacquiao Jr., I think he gonna hit a wall by, I say the fourth fight, the sixth fight at the latest. He's gonna get a loss. It's gonna be devastating, and he's gonna get hurt unless the matchmaking stays extremely soft, and he can build up his record however he wants. Manny Pacquiao Jr., especially if the people get behind him, they see there's some money there. They're gonna do him like they do some of these other fighters, you know. But if he's really out here, you know, green light go, got his foot on the accelerator, hitting the gas, he gonna run into a goddamn wall and he gonna hit that ceiling and he gonna get knocked out cold. He gonna be chest to canvas, ass in the air like his father was when his father fought Juan Manuel Marquez in their fourth fight. So, good luck to Manny Pacquiao Jr., but they really need to be careful how they moving him because that he ain't his dad. But I got a lot of respect for him, and he knows he's not his dad, and his dad knows he's not him. When you're sitting there watching your son fight and you like this and all that, he worried about him. He should be worried about him. But you know what? Let me tell you something. You know what's the main difference there? Aside from the athleticism and everything else, his dad grew up effing hungry, man. His dad grew up hungry. This man went and fought to get a little bag of rice, a little money to give to his mother. You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of hunger and passion. You know what I'm saying? His son doesn't have that. He can't have that. He understands it. You know what I mean? There's a certain passion and hunger I have in me, but it's not quite like my dad's. You know, I hear some of the stories that man used to tell me. He was the oldest of 7, growing up in the Caribbean. And he give me some stories. And I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna talk about it on here. But he's giving me some stories, and I'm like, all he would say is, y'all don't know how good you have it. That's all he would say. But then, later down the line, we talk, then being in Trinidad all the time and listen to, talking with my grandmother and everything, you start to get a better idea. It's like, yo, make you appreciate people more. That's why he appreciates his dad. He's fighting out of respect for his pops. But he ain't go through nothing like his dad went through. So he's trying something, but he can't. I don't think he could possibly have that fire his dad had at all. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he's doing good. He's doing what he wants. And, you miss 100% of shots you don't take. He's taking the shot. We'll see where it takes him. But me, as a boxing fan, just because I respect his dad and like his dad and respect him and admire him for what he's doing, I just think he has a ceiling. And it is what it is. You can see it. Chris Eubank Jr. got busy. Fernando Vargas has sons. You can see that 2 of them are all right. One of them is something special. You can just see it. Just because your father fought doesn't mean you're going to be a great fighter. Because your father was a doctor doesn't mean you're going to be a doctor. Because your father was strung out on drugs and alcohol doesn't mean you're going to end up that way. So, it can go from the left all the way to the right and everything in between. It's just doesn't matter. You're your own person. God made you the way he made you. And depending on what God has planned for you, that's the direction you could probably go and end up. You know what I mean? I just think everything is already kind of planned. If I go out here today, I'm about to go jogging when I finish this video. Who knows what's going to happen? Dog may bite me. Wild pig may chase me down. Who knows? I may, instead of running for an hour, I may run 2 hours. I may feel like, I may 50 to new 30. You just don't know. But for Manny Pacquiao Jr., I'm telling you, I'm predicting he's going to hit a wall and get viciously knocked out. I do. Speaking of somebody getting viciously knocked out, Teofimo Lopez better viciously knock out Shakir Stevenson if he wants to win, because Eddie Hearn is promoting that fight. Hilarious. Eddie Hearn announced he's promoting Shakir versus Teofimo under the Riyadh season banner. And all the fans admit, I see people out here like, yo, blue hat, blue hat, blue hat. I'm like, yo, what's up with the blue hat talk? It's saying Teofimo Lopez has a pattern. Ain't no way in the world he going to get in that ring with Shakir Stevenson. Especially with Eddie Hearn promoting the fight. They're like, hell no. He knows that he's up against a wall. There's no way in the world he's going to win with Eddie Hearn promoting, especially if it goes to decision. He's got to knock out Shakir. And they're like, Teofimo Lopez has a pattern. He probably asked for more money last minute. Who knows? He may withdraw from the fight. He's a kind of guy who wants to blame everyone else for what's going on with him. They know that he doesn't like fighting opponents who stylistically can neutralize him. He'll complain in the middle of the ring, throw a damn temper tantrum like he did when he fought Jermaine Ortiz. And he has historically made excuses to delay big fights. And all of this because we know Shakir Stevenson is a nightmare matchup. Defensively smart, he's elite, he's just overall intelligent and economical and accurate, and the IQ is out of this world. That shit is stylistically a horrible matchup for Teofimo, but Teofimo can fight. He's explosive. He's athletic. He gets busy. But I just think Teofimo may end up, I think he wants to fight, but I think I could see him coming back talking about a little more money or trying to stall or try to get better leverage, or I could just see him doing some more BS. So I'm with the fans where it's like, I'm excited about the fight announcement, but let's wait and see if, in fact, these two get in the ring, because, it's not over yet. It just looks like they're taking steps in the right direction. But we're not there yet, you know what I'm saying? But until Teofimo, sounds like everything's been signed. But until Teofimo and Shakir get in that ring, I think nobody really believes that it's going to happen. Not because of Shakir, because of Teofimo. Because Shakir Stevenson been sitting back patient. He like, yo, all right, this is a race. Y'all want to be the hare, the rabbit? I'm going to be the tortoise. And Teofimo and Shakir has just sat back, doing his thing, winning. And now look at him. Shakir Stevenson has caught up with everybody. You know what I mean? People want to see him fight more than ever now. That Zepeda win did a whole lot for Shakir Stevenson's stock. It erased a lot of the bad memories fans have about his ass, especially with that Edwin De Los Santos fight. That killed Shakir Stevenson. The Zepeda fight helped to resurrect him. So it's a bit of a renaissance era for Shakir Stevenson, the rebirth of Shakir, which is good. But anyway, Shakir and Teo, we'll see what's going on. Looks like it's happening. Eddie Hearn's promoting now. Terence Crawford wants $100 million for the Canelo rematch, according to Bernie the Boxer. The fans are saying somebody putting duck sauce on the fried rice. It's Terence Crawford putting duck sauce on the fried rice. Look here, man, look. Terence Crawford should get as much money as he possibly can. He did the man wrong for all these years. Now he's out here getting that real Wu-Tang cream, ching-ching, dollar bill, y'all. Yo, Crawford, going out there, ask for $100 million. Maybe you can be in the remix of that count the green. You'll be alongside Claressa Shields and Papoose. Because you deserve that money. Now, I keep hearing Crawford made, I heard $50 million initially for that Canelo fight. Then I heard $75 million. The bottom line is he made some dough, and some fans are saying, yo, Crawford greedy. Sit your greedy ass down. I'm like, man, I don't agree with that. I think Crawford should get $100 million. He handled Canelo, man. Why wouldn't Crawford get 100? Why wouldn't he get $100 million? Give him the $100 million. What the hell is this, man? Who Canelo gonna fight? Rematch Berlanga? Put him in with Hamza Shiraz? Try to force a Benavidez fight? You know that shit ain't happening, and I sure as hell don't think he's fighting Hamza Shiraz. So what are you gonna do? Fight Chris Eubank Jr.? One of the fighters who I respect a lot. But let's be real. The fight that the boxing fans will want to see is Crawford and Canelo the rematch. That's what they're going to want to see. But, you know, a lot of fans are saying, you know what, Crawford, we want to see the fight just take $50 million, maybe 75, but forget about the 100. But look, this shit about, y'all can feel how you want about him being greedy. I don't understand how fans are saying Crawford didn't win the fight. Oh, he ran, he didn't win the fight. What fight were you watching? And come out here talking about, oh, he doesn't deserve $100 million. He doesn't sell massive pay-per-view numbers. That shit doesn't matter. Turkey Al-Sheikh putting up the money. What are y'all talking about? You know, why y'all worried about that? His market value doesn't justify $100 million. He just beat a man who got paid $150 million to fight him. He made 50. Why can't he? Okay, he should be asking for 150 if you ask me. Why can't he get $100 million? It's crazy to me, man. Riyadh season already gave him a gift. Okay. Well, till the season, the giving keeps giving, right? Keep giving. Get that man some more money and shit. Come out here now and just fans are just pissed off because he wants to be paid. He wants to be paid what his value. You know what I'm saying? This is my value. This is what I deserve. He should get his money. Wouldn't you? If you're going out there for a job and you got all these certifications and all these accomplishments, all this experience, all this education, you're going to go on there, man, with the mentality, I don't want to be too greedy. No, you're going to try to suck out their eyeballs. Because when they come to work, they're going to work your ass and grind you to the bone. And when they feel that, you know what, we want to downsize, they don't care about you or your family and shit. They be like, get your ass up out of here. It's nice knowing you. Thank you. Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. So to me, Crawford should get his money. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people are saying that, you know, it is fair. You got the haters, and then you got those who are supporting Crawford. They're saying Canelo is the biggest star. Crawford moving to 168 was historic. Crawford right now is pound for pound elite right there with Usyk. Big fights generate big purses, so why wouldn't you pay him the money? And the same plus, Riyadh has the money. So is Crawford ducking? To me, no, he's not putting duck sauce on the fried rice. But some fans think, hell no, he's not putting some duck sauce on the fried rice. He's putting an abundance of duck sauce on the fried rice. A gallon of duck sauce on the fried rice. He's drinking the duck sauce. So to me, you know, I just think people are hating on Crawford. He's always going to have haters, and I don't agree with that. I think that's wrong. But the bottom line is Canelo, you know, he didn't really make many adjustments in the fight, and I don't know what's going to happen if they do a rematch. He did try to come on strong, but that's when Crawford really started touching him up. Could a rematch be more dangerous? Yeah, it could be. You just never know what's going to happen with Canelo. He could be more dangerous, but for fans that think that Crawford's ducking because Canelo's going to make adjustments, so he's going to come out stronger and he's going to be more dangerous. And Crawford is trying to price himself out to save face so he doesn't lose. Get out of here. Y'all, you guys are wrong to say that. And I'm just telling you that, man. Anybody out here talking about if Crawford wanted to fight badly, he'd take the same money he made in the first fight. Yo, yesterday's price is not today's price. You know what I mean? The $100 million is what I think he deserves. But at the same time, I could understand someone saying it gives him a safety net. So what? You know what I mean? He earned that. So give him the money. But if the fight happens, he gets paid. If it doesn't happen, you know, basically Crawford is going to say they didn't meet my price. But I can't see Crawford walking away from that. Where else is he going to go to make the kind of money that he would make fighting Canelo? But then again, Crawford may retire because there's not really nothing left for him to do except just keep getting paid now. So I think he should. And if he were to lose, I don't think it hurts his legacy, man, at all. But I tell you what, with Lamont, Roach, and Usyk Pitbull Cruz, that's a fight right there. What I think somebody's legacy is going to be affected. My damn shoulders, my traps, pinching and burning, man. Let me tell y'all, when y'all young, don't lift that heavy weight. I'm telling y'all right now, don't do that shit. I'm paying for that shit right now. I'm uncomfortable as hell right here. My shoulder. But Lamont, Roach, and Pitbull Cruz, man, somebody career gonna take a major setback. But I think if Lamont Roach boxes Pitbull Cruz, I think Lamont Roach is gonna be in for a rude awakening because he's going to find himself in a draw. I really do, man. Many fans believe Roach is fighting the Mexican Gervonta Davis in terms of marketing push, and I agree with that. If Roach doesn't KO Cruz, fans believe the fight gets scored to the house favorite. It's in San Antonio. There's going to be a bunch of Mexican horns popping off out there. And Lamont Roach is the outsider. He's going to have to knock out Pitbull Cruz. But to win without controversy, you know, Roach, he's going to have to do like how Bivol did Canelo. You know what I mean? Stay off the ropes, jab constantly, throw your combinations, pivot, smother Cruz's right hook, a left hook, you know, get out the way of that right hand, stick and move, land clean counters as Cruz is pressuring him, make the ref break the clinches early, and he got to survive that. It's not even a mid-round pressure. It's that pressure that Cruz brings from the first second of the first round until the fight ends. He's all gas, no brakes. You know what I'm saying? And I really think if it does go into the championship rounds, Lamont Roach, he's got to put his stamp on those championship rounds. If he outworks Cruz, he can win. But I just think him getting a draw means he won the fight. So he could come out where his two biggest fights of his career, he gets 2 draws, and many people are going to say he beat Cruz. Lamont Roach deserved to win, but he's going to have 2 draws on his record. Talk about the secret society being in full EFFECT, a smooth secret society operating correctly. And that's exactly what's going to happen if Cruz doesn't knock him out. If Roach doesn't knock him out and the fight is competitive, I think he's going to end up in the draw. I don't think they're going to give him a win on no decision out here in San Antonio, Texas. Now, as far as Okolie, Foster, and Stephen Fulton, they are going to be fighting on the card. It's going to be an interesting fight. Foster is slick, sharp, got better timing. Fulton, disciplined, defensive, mobile, really committed to trying to get beyond the knockout loss to they owe you anyway. Then he returned in his next fight and got dropped. But he's working with Bozy Ennis. They're going to put together a good game plan. I'll just be honest with you, man. I think Foster's going to edge him with cleaner accuracy. Foster can fight. And Fulton can fight. But Fulton just, man, at the lighter weights, it just seemed to be where that was his bread and butter. And it happens with some fighters. When they move up in weight, you know, they just can't pull it off. And I think Fulton is just struggling. He doesn't seem to have the power. He's got the skills, but he just doesn't seem to have enough of what it takes to get the big wins against special fighters at this new weight division, man. But Shakur Foster's a problem. I saw when he fought Ray Vargas. I'll be honest with you. I was like, who is this guy? That fight against Ray Vargas was just amazing, man. But Shakir Foster, I got him winning the fight. I got him winning relatively easily. And I just think he's going to be very accurate, clean shots. I wouldn't be surprised if he stopped Fulton. Anyway, we're going to see how it goes. If Fulton gets the win, got to give him a lot of respect. I just don't think Fulton has recovered from the anyway loss. And I don't think he wants to get hit. So we're going to see what happens when Foster hits him with them bing bings. Now, Erislandy Lara and Janibek Alam Kanuli. Look, Lara, still a counterpuncher, still has power, still has speed, but he's a pop. His ass is old. His hairline, you ever seen a man hairline recede from front to back? That shit's crazy. That man hairline receding like this. His shit doing like this. That's crazy to me. But the bottom line is, if Lara hits you, he can hurt you. Janibek is fresher, super heavy hands, relentless, Kazakhstanian power, thunder, passion for fighting. I just think at some point in time, he catches up to Lara, and Lara is either going to run his ass out the ring, or he's just going to get broken down, beat down, and he's going to lose. Lara doesn't have the legs he wants to have people. And that's my biggest concern for him. Anyway, prediction, Janibek breaks him down late, or it goes into a decision, he wins wide. But I think he catches up to him and folds him like a bed sheet. You know what I mean? That's just, my 2 cents. Now, Shane Mosley Jr., he is going to be fighting. Now, if you follow boxing and you don't like Shane Mosley Jr., man, talk about how Sean Porter is a real likable guy and personality and smile and all that. Shane Mosley Jr. is the same thing. Really likable, got his father's smile, father's personality. And I hope he gets the win over Ramos. Ramos is younger. Some people think Ramos is stronger. I think there's more of an upside there with Ramos. Shane Mosley Jr. is busy. I don't think his ceiling is limited necessarily, but I do think he should be able to get past Ramos. But Ramos can fight. But if he does get past Ramos, then I don't know how much further Shane Mosley Jr. can go. He's got the last name and he can fight. But he's not quite a Manny Pacquiao Jr. as far as a limited ceiling. But when you're getting against these elite fighters, Shane Mosley Jr. has shown that he's like a Anthony Yardy. Like we saw Yardy fight David Benavidez. Good fighter against just a special fighter. Shane Mosley Jr. is a good fighter. I'm not sure how he performs if he gets in there with a special fighter. So my prediction, I'm rooting for Shane Mosley Jr., but I think Ramos may get him. But I can see Shane Mosley winning. But I don't know. We won't know until they get in the ring. And then we just got to go from there. So anyway, man, I'm going to get ready to hit the road and go run, go exercise. But that's what we want to talk about, man, is, boxing rig for Usyk. What's the plan here? How many times they going to make this man undisputed? Kabayel going to destroy Okolie. I think it's going to be a brutal ending. Katie Taylor is greater than Claressa Shields. It's the grittiest woman in boxing. Claressa Shields, she can say she's a self-proclaimed GOAT. How about this? Katie Taylor didn't claim she's anything. Fans are saying that she's the best and that she's the grittiest. Claressa Shields can learn a lot about that, allowing the fans to label you and designate you, not you designating yourself. Quit being a self-licking lollipop, you know what I'm saying? With Manny Pacquiao's son, I just think he gonna get respect, but he gonna get a reality check. That's just the hard truth. He gonna get his ass hurt in that boxing ring. Shakir and Teofimo, people say the fight is fake. The fight's not fake, it's real. But when it comes to Eddie Hearn, people have a tough time believing him. Then when it comes to Teofimo, people have a tough time believing he gonna get his ass in the ring. The only one I hear people trust what they say is Shakir. We know Shakir will fight anybody. So let's see if the fight does happen, but it sounds like it's full steam ahead. We should get a fight date announced this week or next week. But looks like it's happening. And with Crawford wanting $100 million, some people say that's his way of putting duck sauce on the fried rice. I don't believe that. I think he deserves $100 million. They should give it to him. Now with Lamont Roach fighting the Mexican Tank Davis, he's up Pitbull Cruz. Lamont Roach is just in a bad position. If he doesn't win, if he doesn't knock him out, I think he's gonna. But he wins the fight. I think he gets a decision. I mean, he gets a draw. Other than that, I think he loses. But yo, best of luck to Lamont Roach because I hate to see him get done dirty twice. Because that shit that happened to him with Gervonta Davis, it was wrong. It was wrong. He deserved to win. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans on 7 continents. Time to put these socks on and go run. Y'all keep cool. Appreciate your support as always. I'm in the breeze.